All right, so if you don't know about my tooth, check it out. There'll be a link in the description. But here we are. We are in the property that you guys know about. We're actually waiting for another contractor because we let our other ones go. It was kind of a slightly difficult decision because we're friends, but you know, it's been 6 months.
Just about, yeah.
It's about 6 months and it still hasn't been finished. And we weren't agreeing on a few things and some promises that were made and even just conversations that were had that weren't then later said no, we didn't have those conversations, or you know, something along those lines. So we just said, you know what, business is business and we're done, because we have to get this property up and running. We are losing money, and we've been losing money for about 6 months. Even on the date of completion that we were promised, it came and it gone. So we're waiting for a new contractor right now. Keep you guys posted. What's up? It's Christmas. It's Christmas Day. Hence the cool 240 shirt. Sylvia, however you want to look at it. We're at the investment property because why not? She's about to come out and help me. This is a pretty car.
I figure out the Wi-Fi.
Oh, gotcha. All right, let's move over here. The sunlight is a little bit better. So, it's Christmas Day. Again, if you don't know about the tooth, go to my Instagram and Facebook and know about the tooth, in case you're new here. But yeah, it's Christmas Day, and thankfully, before she heads out to Ohio, she helped me bring in some of this stuff that we had at the house that we're gonna be decking this house with. So thank you.
Oh yeah.
So, quick updates on everything going on. Do you want to just say anything of everything going on?
It's a bit of a mess. As per usual.
Yeah. I think I was talking to someone and they were having problems in investing and had some issues come up, and I was like,
welcome to the world.
For real. It's not 100%. But new update on our former contractors, including this right here. So one time I would have considered this guy a friend. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
And so we went back and forth because we don't have a refrigerator. It's supposed to go right there. They tossed the refrigerator, but we didn't ask them to toss the refrigerator. They tossed our cabinets, but we didn't ask them to toss the cabinets because now we need them and we need the refrigerator. Anyways, he's saying it basically has nothing to do with him or his team. Here's the invoice. Make sure it's paid before the end of the year.
Yep.
And that's it.
Well, this was after we decided to part ways with them because this project started in June of
2021, around that time. I want to say earlier, but probably around.
Christmas.
And it's Christmas.
And it's not done.
And it's not done. They build homes in this time frame from nothing. So just to give you kind of a sense of what that is, so we had to bring in another friend, another contractor, because like she said, we gave him a chance. And I mean, if you walk around, and maybe we'll walk around real quick, you'll find out very quickly there's still months of work to still be done. Not only that, the paint, which we went a little over last time, but we end up going into basically a quick negotiations of like, hey, what are we gonna do about this? Are we gonna get a credit? You know, because of the stuff that you tossed that we didn't ask you to toss. And he's basically saying, no, you gotta pay for it. So we'll see what happens with that. but we'll keep you guys updated. And yeah, the new contractor can't come out here till 2022. So if you see, this project has the potential to last, what, 10 months?
Yeah, at least.
At least, because when it's done, when it's done, because I like to watch the budget and the numbers, and I'll make another video on that, but this is when Amanda comes in and starts to make it look pretty. So would you say the time frame is after that? Like after it's ready to go in here?
Well, we have furniture that's been sitting there waiting since July, August time frame.
First time we were promised.
It was going to be done in September.
We were promised.
So that is already done. It's literally sitting in the warehouse at the furniture store waiting for us to pick it up, or for them to come deliver it. But so that at least is done. But yeah, at least another month, probably a couple weeks to a month, depending on all of the finishing, like when everything's done and what we're waiting on and everything else. But
yeah,
it'll be close to a year, very close to a year by the time we're done.
Yeah, so what would you say is the lesson learned?
I don't know. I guess vet your people and know that they're gonna follow through. And it's just hard in this time frame because there's so many. I know contractors are so busy, but they also have to understand that you're losing money every day that this project is unfinished. So they have to be willing to work with you and be serious about time frames.
Well, what we found out is that this guy has his own investment property with his own friends. And we're hearing through the grapevine that I'm not gonna make that into the video. I'm not gonna put that into the video.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna put that in the video.
Yeah.
But just like she said, vet your friends and vet your contractors, and honestly, trust your heart. When you feel like it's time to cut them. You're gonna end up losing more money, like we did, and now a friendship, and now he's coming for more money. So it's just it's all very greedy and ridiculous. Right around Christmas time, what's up?
Yeah.
But either way, just want to give you a quick update, and I'll make another video breaking down numbers.
All right, so we're obviously having some issues with our contractor, who I thought was my friend. Big issues. He ended up sending me the invoice, and on the invoice, and I'm just gonna look at this, but on the invoice, they asked us to pay $125 for the removal of brush and all of this. As you can see, it wasn't removed. So I had to ask them, hey, listen, it wasn't complete. You didn't remove it. If you could either remove this stuff or take that off the invoice. They ended up going back to remove it. So we weren't charged for that. Another big thing is that we don't have a fridge. They threw away our fridge. They said it wasn't working, but it worked just fine when I had it. This happened at our last property they worked on at Palmetto. Actually, we have a video if you want to check it out. But they unplugged the refrigerator there, and it molded inside so bad that we had to get rid of it. I never say anything just to protect the friendship, but that happened there. And I said, you can't have this happening like this. And for them to kind of approach us how they've approached us, how many chances we've given them, said not this time. We have to have our fridge back. So we gave them an option to say, hey, listen, either take some money off the invoice or give us a fridge, right? And they were like, well, it didn't work. This is what they said. They said the refrigerator section was not working and the freezer was just enough to keep a drink cool. We let you know that we would dispose of it. When we discussed it, we talked about keeping the range because we were not blah, blah, blah. We didn't discuss it. And then I emailed them back, simply not true. We planned on keeping the fridge and never asked for it to be hauled off the property. That was decided by you and or your team. We'd either like the fridge to be returned, replaced by a used fridge, or deducted off the price of the invoice. So we're like, that just never happened and not true. So back to the ultimatum. And of course, he was like, it seems we're not going to agree, basically. I do not believe that we'll be able to come to an agreement at this time. What I could do is offer you a fridge that we have in storage. And I was like, cool. He was like, now come pick it up. And I was like, we can't. We don't have a truck. There's no way for us to come pick it up. So I said, hey, listen, we can come pick it up, but we're gonna have to rent a truck. Take the price of renting a truck off the invoice and we'll rent a truck and we'll go pick it up, because that shouldn't be my expense. You should have never thrown it away. That was our fridge. And so what do you think he said? Do you think he agreed? I'll give you a chance to take a guess if he agreed to taking, what, I don't even know, $20 to rent a truck. No, he didn't. And I messaged him back and I was like, unfortunately, because another issue is that he threw away our cabinet, or they did, or someone did with his team, threw away our cabinet that we never asked to throw away. We never asked for them to throw away, and now we need it. And they're like, well, you asked us to, and it's just simply not true. And that's why I had to send the email, like, simply not true. I said, unfortunately, we need the cabinet and it's now going to cost us to replace it. You or your team assumed we didn't need it and didn't reach out to ask us if that was okay to toss that item. If you were able to drop off the fridge, just let us know, because obviously that was an option, and we will let go you know the key code. I don't know what I was talking about there. If you're not able to drop the fridge off, we would incur a cost of renting a vehicle and picking up the fridge. And I said, because of that, we need a credit on the invoice for picking up the fridge due to renting out a vehicle if you're unable to drop off the fridge, and we need a credit on the invoice for the cabinet. This was December 10th, all right? December 10th. I didn't hear anything from him. So I emailed him back because I was like, what's going on? He emails me December 22nd with an invoice of $11,611. I was like, what? So this is where we went with this. I just resaid what I said last time. I said, hey, I sent this on December 10th. I have the receipt for it. We have been waiting for your reply. I will resend the email. We are waiting on a reply from below. This is the second time we are sending this response. From the 10th to the 22nd, didn't hear a thing from him. So I said the same thing. We need a credit, blah, 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 blah. And he goes on to say, I did receive your email on the 10th. I offered you a compromise that you did not accept, and you offered no rebuttal either. I felt like there was nothing left to say. He was just gonna keep it how it was. All right, well, he never sent me a rebuttal, which I did. So I just won't say anything. Anyways, he said, we left the job site, blah, 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 blah. And then he says, the invoice is due January 1st. It's like, this is a rebuttal. Please reread the options are below. And then I resent it again, because that reasoning was wrong. But and this is where, listen, and just watch all this unfold, guys. He said, although technically that may be a rebuttal. Oh, now it is. You have offered nothing and are essentially saying that you are not compromising on you throwing away our fridge and our cabinet. I'm compromising on a credit. Give us the credit so we can get our stuff back. You assumed, or your team or someone assumed, that stuff should be thrown away. We need it. If I do not deliver the fridge, then you want a credit for the cabinet and the fridge, which is not a compromise. I said, for us losing both the fridge and cabinets and losing the fridge at Palmetto, which is the last one they did, it might not seem like a compromise to you, but it definitely is to us. We are out thousands because of you or your team assumptions to trash those items. The option still stands. And the reason why I said thousands is, how much is a fridge? Those things are expensive, right? And they're on back order, and there's demand, and there's inflation. How much are cabinets, right? He said, there's no way you lost thousands. By the way, for whatever reason, they're not understanding what carrying costs are. We have been waiting for as long as it takes to build a house from the ground up. I am a real estate agent. We represent people who are building homes. To clear a lot, put the foundation, the footings and all, and build a home would have been done by now. There's carrying costs. So yeah, there's thousands. We're in the hole now, like a lot. But maybe that just went over the head. Once again, we were aware that we were removing the fridge and the cabinet, and nowhere in any of these conversations did you say that you wanted to keep either of them. Never said toss them. The fridge at Palmetto has nothing to do with me. I have offered for you to come pick up a fridge that I have in storage. You did not accept the offer, which still stands as well. The invoice is due on the 1st. This was my friend. I said, fridge worked fine when I checked it. We never said scrap it unless you have proof. Doesn't seem to be noted anywhere. Show me the proof. Cabinets were fine. We never said scrap them unless you have proof. Doesn't seem to be noted anywhere. Where's the proof? If this is what we've done, show me on the invoices. Show me on the work orders. There's no proof because we never said it. I said Palmetto was your team unless you're not taking responsibility of your team. We decided not to say anything over friendship, but that clearly doesn't transfer over even after giving a second chance on Early Street, which is the investment we're talking about. Got that loud and clear. We will need the credit to move forward. If not, you can do what you feel is the next step. We are well prepared. Haven't heard anything from, that was December 22nd. It is December 30th. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve, and let's see how we go into 2022. But just want to give you guys an update. We had the bad management video. This has turned into the bad contractor video. It's so crazy, right? There's no proof that anything was said to be thrown away. We never said for this stuff to be thrown away. We've had issues that you've seen in those last videos. You know, there was a time where I sent the text so that we were firing him because things were taking too long. Our house was just kind of sitting there, and he was like, dude, basically give me one more chance. I was like, bet, you're my friend, you know, like, too easy. I had to fire you because like nothing's being done. We have to hire someone who can get stuff done. But at the end of the day, all good. You know, we'll give you a sec. This is how we're being treated now. So I'm not gonna say any names, but it's interesting, right? Like, you think you know somebody. Anyways, giving you guys an update like we always give you guys updates. And now I'm going to see what's gonna happen. And yeah, hope you guys keep going along with us with this journey. If you do want to watch that bad management video, it should be popping up here somewhere. If you want to check out the other property, a storytelling of one of our investment properties, check out that video there. But keeping you guys posted. All right, so the with our investment, the one that you're watching the video on, we brought in our friend that you may have seen in those last videos to check out the property and give us a quote, because we're gonna need another quote on this property because we have to bring in another contractor on this property that these other people have been in 6-7 months or whatever. Anyways, they gave us the quote, and the quote is $14,275. $14,270. So I love this, right? Because like you saw in my last videos where we get into negotiating with the contractors, I love this. He itemized it, gave me exactly what I'm looking for. So we're gonna cut some stuff off. That's what we're gonna do. We have to cut some stuff off now because of what we're dealing with the other contractor. So what I did is I emailed him back. I took off 5 items, which was we have to remove taking off the bathroom window and putting that, you know, just replacing that in the bathroom. We gotta take that off now because extra cost at the and a few other things. I'm just not gonna go through it, but either 5 more things. And then I changed one. So I said we would like to keep the insulation of the floor quarter rounds, not redoing the whole floor, but now we'll keep that as well. And I asked if he could resend the quote. So he did resend the quote, and I'll tell you how much it is once I find it. So he resent the quote, and after taking off those 5 items and changing to one, we're now at $7,975. So basically, so we just saved on talking about some costs, restructuring a few things, renegotiating, taking off some stuff and changing a few things. We saved $6,300 by doing that. And now we've hired him and said, yep, you're good to go. So he's gonna go in there and not only pick up where the other crew left off, but also fix things that they didn't do or fix. So kind of crazy, but yep. So we're back into this again, and they're doing that. So yeah, we'll keep you posted on this new contractor. He's done great with us in the past. He just got so busy because he's so good that we couldn't use him, and so I brought in my friend, and that worked out really well. So yeah, giving you guys an update on that. We saved $6,300 on the negotiations, although we're basically have to pay $8,000 to get this thing moving along. Crazy, but here we are. Yep. Thank you so much.